Ben Lees, tenor saxophone. Adam Shaw, alto saxophone. Jason, guitar. Emma on flugelhorn. That was a medley of songs that actually all happened to be performed at Live Aid here in Philadelphia back in 1985. We started off with Get Ready, that was actually performed by Hall & Oates. We went into Imagine, that was performed by Patti LaBelle, because nobody had their own songs to sing. And then we went into Stairway to Heaven, which was performed by Led Zeppelin with Phil Collins on drums with them. And we wrapped it up there with Layla from Eric Clapton, also with Phil Collins on drums on that one. So that was kind of our little take and tribute to the music here that was so immortalized at that concert in Philadelphia back in 1985. Anyone remember that? It was a big day. Okay, so we're going to continue on with the second half of this program here. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you're just joining us, my name is Andrew New, and this is the Lower Merion High School Jazz Ensemble. So we're going to continue on with this part of the program here. This is something originally from The Sound of Music. And it was another song that was embraced by jazz artists, most notably John Coltrane. But this is a little bit of a different take on that. We're also added a beat in every measure. We like to mess around with our times a little bit sometimes. So this is My Favorite Things. things. Put your hands together for Olivia there on alto saxophone. Also give it up to Ryan on drums. We're going to feature Ryan on this next piece as well. And a number of other soloists, I think, right? You're playing on this one? Okay, cool. So this has actually been a staple of our shows this season here, and we actually started playing this one over a year ago. And, wow, what's going on here? You got a problem? In my saxophone? Oh my gosh. Really? Oh my god. The thing is, everything is black. You know, that we have, like our bags and our cases and our mouthpiece covers are black. And the floor of a stage is really dark. Oh, she sees it over here.
Even more, like behind. Yeah.
Even more behind. There we go. Okay. Thank you for your help. That's Alex, by the way. Have you met Alex? I'm not sure you met everybody yet. We met a lot of people here. We haven't met Alex yet. Say hello to Alex. So I'm going to introduce you to some of the other folks here we haven't met yet. So there's Ben on alto saxophone, Justin on bari sax, Nakama has been sitting like this all night over next to Danny, so she wanted to leave room for Danny over there, so Nakama has moved over there. So unfortunately it's a lot harder to see her, but she says this helps with her stage fright. But we never had any idea that she had stage fright. She's that good. You know, I mean, you know, the key to success in show business is sincerity. And if you can fake that, you got it made. So say hello to Ben's brother over Dan. We met Dan Smith at the very first tune. He played a solo over there. Also in the dark. I'm sorry about that. We have a lot of people on stage here. And we've got Lonnie over there on bass trombone. Lonnie's been doing double duty tonight because Lonnie also is playing drums in the jazz combo too. I don't know if you noticed that. He's switching over. So we have Kyle also on trombone. And we already met Ethan and Roland, those guys there. So, and back row, we met everybody. Well, we got Ryan back there. We've got Jason we met. We've got Josh there on bass for now. And we've got Noah on trumpet there, sliding over. Noah's playing lead on those last couple of tunes there. Spencer on trumpet there. I think you already met Fiona over there, and Asher on trumpet. So a few other folks will introduce you as we go away, but as we move along here. But we're going to start off this next piece. This is originally recorded and composed by Arturo Sandoval. So naturally, we need to feature our trumpet section, and specifically our lead trumpet. Please say hello to Emma Stratton here. Rhythm of Our World by Arturo Sandoval. We heard from Jake on tenor saxophone. We heard from Danny on the Monsuno there again. Give up to Ryan back there on drums. Put your hands together for our lead trumpets. Emma Stratton. And on jazz trumpet, Spencer. Well, we are going to change the pace a little bit, as they say. So, but I think after that, we all kind of need to have a little collective sigh, I think. So, so this is actually going to be a piece here that I actually wrote this one. And this is actually a piece that it's what Irving Berlin used to call a trunk song, meaning that it's sometimes as a composer you write something and it doesn't really have a home. You don't really find a place to perform it. You don't really have anyone to sing it or record it or whatever. And it's one thing that I wrote many years ago and never really did anything with. And a couple of years ago, I decided to kind of revisit it because it occurred to me I'd never written a jazz ballad as a big band chart. So this is a tune that I had sitting around for a while. It was sort of a Billy Strayhorn kind of a vibe. And so after I wrote this arrangement, I actually connected with another jazz vocalist here in Philadelphia named Kelly Vale, and she decided that she was really taken with the tune, and she's a wonderful lyricist, so she actually wrote some really great lyrics to this song, which you're not going to hear tonight, unfortunately. But you can go and check out, yeah, Danny, you ready to sing this one? We're still waiting on that vocal. But yeah, Kelly ended up recording it on a record of hers called Whose Life Is This Anyway? So, but this is our treatment of a piece called The Day After. And we are going to feature, I guess, Jake on this one, and Fiona on trumpet, and Ethan on trombone. Ethan on trombone, Fiona on trumpet, Jake on tenor saxophone. Once again, we have a change of pace. And this is another piece that was actually composed by Sammy Nestico. If you remember, we did Fun Zone in the first Fun Time. I'm sorry. I just always wanted, the Fun Zone just sounds like one of those great places where they have like trampolines and stuff. And I don't know, one of these days, if I don't make it as a jazz musician, I'm going to create a place called Fun Zone. So this is written by Sammy Nestico, and this was actually a commission locally. This was actually originally written for Pennsbury High School, which is just up the street here, up 95. So they had an amazing jazz program up there. If you guys have probably seen them at some of the jazz festivals that we have played. So this is actually a piece that was written for them, but we were lucky enough to get our hands on it because it's Sammy Nestico, as we said. So you see his name up at the top corner there, you know it's probably going to be a good chart. So this is not an invitation, it's just the title of the song. It's called Get Up and Go. Okay, can we do it fast or just half-assed?
Fast or half-fast? Nice.
That's 1 and 3.
1, 2,
1, 2, 2, there! I'm making sure they don't run away again. So that was called Get Up and Go from Sammy Nestico here. We heard once again from Jake there on tenor saxophone. Ryan keeping it all together back there on drums. Whew. That tempo was 560 beats per minute. So now we're going to turn this over once again to the Lower Merion Jazz Combo. I don't know if you guys happen to notice that these guys actually are really tight. You know, they have an entire program worked out together. That they actually did a show here last Wednesday night. They had their own show here at Chris's Jazz Cafe last week. So they're doing a lot of very exciting things here. So you're only getting kind of a little bit of a sample of what these guys can do. But we're going to allow the other guys in the band to take a little bit of break. I'm going to turn it over once again to Olivia.
Thank you. So, we're going to play Blue Rondo A La Turk, which is a tune by Dave Brubeck. So, you may be thinking, Blue Rondo A La Turk, that's kind of an interesting title. And yes, it is. So, and there's a little story behind that. So, Dave Brubeck one day, he was walking around and he heard a really interesting rhythm. And he was like, what's that rhythm? That's kind of cool. And it was being played by these Turkish musicians, and he went up and he was like, that's so cool, what's the rhythm you're playing? And they said, this rhythm is like your blues, but for us. And he was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. So then he went to his little shed and he started writing his song, and after this Turkish rhythm that he heard, and he incorporated blues into it, so you'll hear like a little bluesy part in this tune, and you'll also hear the Turk part of it, which is the Turkish rhythm that he heard on the street. So hope you enjoy Blue Rondo A La Turk.
Jokes.
The Lower Merion Jazz combo. How about that? So, if you'll notice, Danny Farrah did all of that from memory. Wow. So, and Olivia's correct that Dave Brubeck does have a little shed, a little like writing shed on his property. It's up in Wilton, Connecticut. I've actually been to the house. I'm not name dropping or anything. I just happened to get lucky enough to get a tour of the house, and I actually have a little jade clipping. He had a massive jade plant that was like the size of like a VW. I mean, it was just huge because he's been in the same house since like the 1950s, and it has the same like decor since the 1950s. It has a lap pool. You know what that is? He has a lap pool down in his basement. It's actually very cool. But he has this little shed. It's up in the kind of the wilderness there, and apparently Paul Desmond used to call it the Wilton Hilton, because I think he used to stay there a lot when he was a little loopy. But yeah, he has this little shed, and it's got just windows on like three sides of it, and there's a piano in there, and it's overlooking like this little lake that he has on his property there. It's really lovely, and the house is very kind of Frank Lloyd Wright, if you can kind of picture that. So, so anyway, we are going to pick it up now with something. Well, I guess this is actually originally done by Dizzy Gillespie, wasn't it? So this one's going to be a little loose. This is a piece, an Afro-Cuban piece that Dizzy did called Manteca. And I think we're going to feature our trombone section on this one. And Ben Leese, and I think Jake's going to play back there, and everyone's going to play. But we'll hear some people more than others. So here we go.
I don't know why I'm looking at it. I can't see anything in the dark.
Jake back there on drums. We heard from Ben on tenor saxophone. And our trombone section, Lonnie, Kyle, Ethan, Roland. How about that? So we're going to do something by another Los Angeles composer, actually named Steve Spiegel, and this is something we've been doing throughout the season. We're going to feature our flautist Nahama on this one. This is called. It's a long, fancy French name. Where is it? Let me see it. Berceuse for Mallory, and apparently Berceuse is a French word for lullaby. Thank you. Apparently I'm saying it correctly enough that you can recognize my French. So I applaud myself. Oh wow, we're moving all kinds of stuff around here. So while we're stopped here a second, I don't know that I introduced you to the rest of our rhythm section back there. Say hello to Aiden there on bass. So we have Julian here on drums. Aiden on percussion. I think that's everybody you've met at this point. So this is Berceuse for Mallory featuring Nakama. That was her choice. But I just want Nakama to know that they all want you to be out here. They can't see you. Can we? Olivia'd like to stick you here. Okay, we're moving her into the light. She's been playing all night, so you're probably going to get to hear what a lovely sound she has. You know what? Where's Ben? I think we need Ben for a second here. Ben, where are you, buddy? He has no material? He's best when he has no material, actually. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Never mind, Ben. We're good. You good to go there? Microphone, especially in the trumpet section. Okay. 4 beats. Are most be good? 1, 2, 3. Domo on flute. Jake once again on tenor saxophone. Say hello to Paul Leeds back there on trumpet and flugelhorn too. We just have a couple of more. We're going to wrap up this little basketball game here for you. So this is another piece here that I think we're pulling from our archives, right? This is one we haven't done for a minute. So, and anyone know what this one means? Anyone speak Spanish in the band here that can interpret this one for us? We're going to have to ask the audience. This is a piece called Alianza, which sounds very fiery and Latin-y, but it could be just a made-up word, like they do with cars. It could be the name of a car. It's a hybrid. It's great. Okay. I could call Ben. You know, we could get Ben over here. He could tell some jokes. He's got nothing, which makes him even more funnier when he does it. Okay, here we go. Alianza. One, two. Noel McAllister, back there on trumpet. Well, we're going to wrap it up with just one more thing. It's a sort of a, I guess this is our hit. We got a hit. But first of all, I want to take a moment and just thank all of the parents out here of these wonderful students out here. I'm so thrilled that you continue to support what we're doing here and have allowed, to trust me with your children, because they are wonderful, and I so dearly enjoy my time working with them, and of course spending so much time and traveling with them, that and it all really comes from you guys. So I mean, the fact that you're supporting the music, you're supporting such a great situation that we have over there, I mean, it really could not be a more wonderful place for me to make music with. So thank you so much, folks, guys, really. All right, this is Living with the Jacksons. that time. But please put your hands together once again for Jake, Ben, Olivia, Adam, Mia, Nahava, Justin, Dan, Jake. Where's the rest of us at? Where's Ben? Aiden, drums, Lonnie, Kyle, Ethan, Roland, Danny, Ryan back there, Jason, Josh, Noah, Emma, Spencer, Leona, Paul, Asher. Where's everyone else? Did I get everybody? Jake, Aiden Bates, Alex Bates over there. Alex, like Alex. Not Alex. We are the Lower Merion Jazz Ensemble. Thank you so much, folks. I just got one more thing I need to ask you guys. Can I take it out? Can I take it out?
Oh yeah!
Should we take it out? All right, let's take it out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much, guys.